I step back. So I open this session and I will share this session. But since it's my last day and last opportunity to speak as the outgoing president, I would just leave a few words. When I came to the organization, I have always loved what IAU has been doing. I have always loved what IAU has stand up for. It's been a journey, and it's been a tough journey. A lot of things have happened during these 6 years, and also, of course, the 4 years as a vice president before that, but in particular, the last 6 years. But what I would like to say here, and I think that has been throughout this conference and also in these closing sessions, there is a much more common view on the importance of cooperation, collaboration, and less competition for the higher educations to take collective responsibility for the globe and for a sustainable future. It has been more and more pronounced the need of this cooperation, and I think this is a wonderful way forward. So with these words, I will just end my part as the president, and I would also like to thank the administrative board, which I did before, but of course I would like to thank Hillage and the office, because we become a family. People have said during this conference, IAU is a family. We go together, but it's also a family between with the office and the president. And I would really like to thank you all in the office for these years when we have worked together in a very open-minded, in a very friendly way, and you work like hell. But it's always a friendly attitude, and you are very competent. So thank you all for all these 6 years. And now we have a new president who will take over, and that will be fine. So with those words, I would like to say first, we have a moon, is that correct? Yeah, that will be first on the Hassan. It's in the wall. You start there. So it's for the next conference to come up and listen, because it will be invited.
Thank you. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I know that most of you are exhausted of, very, enriched program for the last 3 days. Yes, as Pam mentioned here, and Hilji, and we would love to invite you and to host the coming annual meeting. It's an international conference about higher education with impact, the importance of intercultural learning and dialogue. As we have seen in the discussions yesterday, the day before, and today as well, the importance of globalization and how this pandemic have hit, and redefining the missions of universities. I think also part of this for the academia is to have like a dialogue for intercultural issues between South and North, between East and West, and where could this be done better than an organization, international organization for universities like the IAU. So everybody is welcome to Qatar next year, end of November. It will be back-to-back with the WISE Summit, World Innovation Summit for Education. And we hope to see you there, and looking forward to host you at Qatar University, where it is located in the MENA region between East and West. And we at Qatar University strive in our mission for excellence. And during the last decades, we worked very hard to achieve our mission as a national university. And Qatar University is ranked #2 in the Arab world. It is between 200 and 250 in the world ranking with Times Higher Education as well as with the QS. So looking forward to host this next annual meeting in Qatar, and wish you the best. Thank you very much.
So I will really encourage you to come and also see to that others are coming up. Yes, there is a video.
Qatar, a peninsula on the coastline of the Arabian Gulf, where modernity and tradition intersect. A nation that believes in investing in human potential. Qatar, a peninsula on the coastline of the Arabian Gulf, where modernity and tradition intersect. A nation that believes in investing in human potential and leading the way forward towards a knowledge-based economy. Host of the FIFA World Cup 2022, boasting iconic sporting venues and steeped in rich Islamic Arabic culture. The world's largest exporter of liquefied natural gas offers unique and diverse attractions. Immerse yourself in the dynamic art scene or visit the many historical landmarks. At the northern edge of Doha is the expansive Qatar University, a leading institution of academic and research excellence in the region. It offers the widest range of academic programs in the country and is distinguished by a culture of scientific research, with 18 distinct research centers and over 23,000 students in its ranks. Community engagement is an area stationed at the heart of QU's mission and vision. Since its inception in 1977, Qatar University now encompasses 11 colleges. The university is advancing its goal to become a leader of economic and social development through collaborations and partnership in Qatar and beyond. QU ranks second in the QS Arab Region University Rankings 2022.
Start again.
1977, Qatar University now encompasses 11 colleges. The university is advancing its goal to become a leader of economic and social development through collaborations and partnership in Qatar and beyond. QU ranks second in the QS Arab Region University Rankings 2022, second in the Times Higher Education Arab University Rankings, and places among the top 250 universities in the Global Times Higher Education Rankings 2023. It is committed to excellence in everything it does, for the community and for the benefit of the nation. Qatar, host of the IAU 17th General Conference.
Okay. Are you trying again or no, it doesn't work at all. So thank you very much. And again, I encourage you all to go to the next Qatar meeting. And as you know, that meeting has also been postponed twice due to the pandemic. So we're looking forward to come to Qatar. So then I leave the floor to Hillage to continue.
So we're very much looking forward to it, especially also to this title, because I think it's a very nice continuation of the conversations that we've had here at the conference to really look at intercultural learning and dialogue in all its different dimensions. It's about collaboration, it's about working together, it's about understanding each other, it's about learning to speak the language of the other. It's not only the words that we use, it's everything, the culture around it, the understanding of the otherness.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak to you at this, the closing ceremony. Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak.
That we've had quite some years ago in Lebanon. also on this topic at NDU, Notre Dame University at that time. And we see the urgency to come back to it, to really re-emphasize this importance of connectivity through many different things. It's the body language, it's the way we interact in rooms, it's the way we speak to each other over the screens, but it's the languages, it's the understanding, it's connecting the knowledge system. So thank you very much for having suggested this topic and for the board for having accepted it. And we believe that with the members, we will be able to build a very beautiful program moving into the future. So before I take the floor again in a few minutes, I would like to invite you to look at the video message. Somebody said, how are we connecting also this conference with the politicians? And Minister Harris, as you could see in the program, Minister for Further and Higher Education, Research, Innovation and Science here in Ireland, was committed to come on the first day opening of the conference. And he was very sorry that he had other duties to attend. And in the meantime, prepared a video message that we will now hopefully be able to listen to.
It's gone, it's gone, since it's gone. No, I haven't got this. Service system melting.
Who has been playing with all the plugs?
Lost it.
Did anyone have to put a plug to have a phone?
It's not finding the. It's not finding.
There's one of the videos that actually is blocking the others. So much about intercultural collaboration.
No, it's not finding it. It's not finding the.
Mark, what shall we do?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, we can actually play it through the lectern.
We find a solution.
Yes,
There is a
just
problem,
you
there is a
should play it
solution.
through the
So,
lectern.
Carlo Cuni, did you say that? There is a problem, we have to solve it. We find a solution.
Yeah, no, that's like literally what we're doing. Play it from the lectern.
You have to start from the beginning, who's already speaking up.
Take time to educate. I want to thank Professor Mark Rogers of UCD and the IAU for making time available for me to address you. Speak to you at this, the closing ceremony of the 16th General Conference of the International Association University. I regret that I cannot do this in person, but I really want to take time to send you this message. I want to thank Professor Mark. To this manner of communication, but cannot replace the value of meeting in person. I'm sure that the beautiful surroundings in UCD have led to many wide-ranging, stimulating discussions and hopefully sow the seeds for new relationships. Transformation of higher education and unified tertiary education is a really key theme. And this year's conference is a really interesting one to us in my department. It asks us to imagine what future society will look like and how particular our universities and the drivers of change will make sense and will find solutions to the big challenges facing us that we strive to create a more equitable and a more sustainable society. To rise to these challenges, I believe continued transformation in the higher education sector is essential. We all have to share the journey of change, and if we do not share the journey, our leadership is weakened. We must have that courage. Collaboration across education is central to this process, and this has really informed much of my department. Our policy vision is to unify the tertiary system in Ireland, bringing together further education and training, higher education, research and innovation for the first time in our state's history. We must emerge from our silos and we must share our learnings and share our values across our education system. Our vision has key objectives to embed equality and diversity and inclusion across the system, to enable the system to easily adapt to change, to create more unified regional systems, and to provide for the skills, the knowledge and talent needs of individuals, the economy and society. Key to progressing this vision is collaboration. Collaboration at all levels, and universities have a crucial role to play in this. Students across the education system, citizens will not forgive us if we do not create pathways and enable them to grow in education as they progress through work and progress through life. A unified approach can help us to capitalise on the existing strengths within the system and to develop the agility required to address the pressing challenges of today and into the future, such as climate change, housing, health and social care. A more unified tertiary system also has that potential to create a more robust research and innovation system, built on stronger integration with access to talent, knowledge and skills at all levels. From a research and innovation perspective, the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated and strengthened the importance of international collaboration to find creative solutions to the challenges we face as a global society. Universities have a central role to play in this as well, helping to optimise how investment in research and innovation can help address these challenges. We want Ireland to be a leader in talent, and in order to do that, we have to ensure that our variety of talent here in Ireland can pursue their research ambitions in a supportive environment. We've committed to investing in this talent, and researchers are at the centre of this. I recently commissioned a really important national review of the support for PhD research in Ireland. I've met with these researchers over the past year, and they've made it clear to me, and I've heard that there are a range of issues facing, and I'm really confident that now we get a clear vision of the way forward to address these, to properly support, encourage and nurture the talent. For a country like Ireland, seeking to establish capacity and expertise, this is essential, because research activity is global, and one of the key lessons of the pandemic has been the importance and the value of international collaboration. Together, we're facing global challenges, and the brutal illegal invasion of Ukraine is very much to the core of these. Universities are also safeguards of democratic values, freedom of thought, and speech in society. For a democratic society to function properly, education must be at the heart of it, and the important role that universities play in disseminating societal values cannot be understated. They not only promote democratic values and ideals, but they help to build connections, not just within their campuses or between their students, but with the wider world. A recent example of the importance of the university's roles in wider society can be seen in the generous and open response of the sector here in Ireland to those fleeing the war in Ukraine. During the summer months, higher education institutions stepped up to the mark by providing student accommodation to temporarily house displaced Ukrainians arriving in Ireland. And to date, I'm proud to say that over 300 displaced students and over 80 researchers have now accepted places in higher education in Ireland for the upcoming academic year. It's important that the higher education sector remains a standard bearer for diversity and freedom of thought in society, providing our citizens with the knowledge and the skills to analyse and debate the bewildering range of moral choices that lie in a complex world. So to close, I'd like to say that I recognise that this is the first IAU conference to be held in Ireland, and we're so delighted to host you. And we look forward to continue our cooperation with members on the vision for that shared global future. It's my hope as a minister that this will be the first of many visits you will all make to Ireland. And I want to wish you a pleasant stay and a safe return to your home country, armed with the knowledge and the connection you placed here this week. We're ready to work with you. We're excited about the future, and we know we are stronger when we work together and pull together. There are many of us there. Thank you very much.
We were very pleased that you could speak, and this is actually the second time that IAU comes to Dublin, because we were here in June and we had the pleasure to welcome Minister Simon Harris to the Global Forum on Democracy, Sustainability and Social Justice. And he stayed for the whole day. We had conversations. We have had the opportunity as well to offer him the book, The Promise of Higher Education, and to provide him with further information as well on the work that the IAU undertakes within the context of the Council of Europe, the Organization of American States, with USAF in South Africa, with the Netter Center in the US, on democracy and building the culture of democracy through higher education. And so it's very interesting to see some of these words reflected also in his speech. Probably before, but this looks like it's being re-emphasized and gained in importance. So I'm very pleased that I see the room is getting a little bit more empty, because people also are craving for some time outside to benefit from some space to visit, to see the beautiful city of Dublin and to benefit from the culture more. But still, I would like to have just a few words as a conclusion from my end for this conference. A conference, as we know, is only as good as the speakers who come to this event, to these kinds of events. And I would like to thank all the wonderful speakers who have been contributing their knowledge, expertise, and time to participate in this event. We know that time is becoming scarcer. We know that due to the pandemic and due to all the other events and challenges that come to universities, we ask a lot from you to travel all the way to Dublin to be with us at this conference. And we are very, very thankful for your time, commitment, and sharing of knowledge and expertise. The conference is also only as good as the participants, the delegates that are here, because the delegates are those that then engage in conversations, that then also contribute their expertise, that then also try and engage with all these different topics that are on our agendas. And thus, we also would like to thank all of those who made the effort to travel all the way and take part in this event. And then a conference is never as good as the host. So that as well is very important. As we see that the host, who has actually been planning on hosting us for 2 years already, has held on to this promise and even raised up even further dedication and power, and given power to this conference by preparing for 2 long years. So the staff has been extraordinary. Mark, you have a fantastic team. You have been wonderful in being with us throughout the days, and the venue is just brilliant and extraordinary. So we are very pleased with that as well. And so these conferences really are made up of all that, of all the people behind the scenes, the IAU staff, the UCD staff, all of you, the speakers, also the photographers who will help us build our stories around this, and also even the sponsors. So I would like to thank the sponsors who have been supporting the initiatives that we've developed over time. So a big thank you to Irish Aid in particular, who also allowed many of our participants to come. So they supported their travel and participation. They facilitated this collaborative effort that we have put in place right from the start when we started preparing for the conference. We would like to thank Parrot Lever, and you probably know them because they sometimes help you in finding the right people in your universities, or they will come and try and bring you to new universities. They often even contact the IAU and call me when they are looking for new people for the different positions around the world, for when they are they see new opening positions. So thank you as well to visit Qatar. So that is a real opportunity for us as well to have been able to show in the halls what Qatar stands for and what are the opportunities moving into the conference 2023, where we hope we will have the equal pleasure to welcome many of you and debate the many different questions that we will have. And then we would like to thank Akari for their participation in the conversations and understanding what they do and how they operate was very interesting, even for me, and I hope for you as well. Pearson's was here and also supported our conference with their presence and also financially. And last but not least, I also would like to thank Study Portals. So it is thanks also to those sponsors who believe in the work of an association like the IAU that we can make this happen. We do not just accept any sponsor, but we always do due diligence on seeing what alignment there is between our vision and mission and how the funding and the sponsorship that comes in actually allows us to move our action further. So there is one thing still I would like to say. I always have 3 regrets when hosting a conference. The first one is that I cannot attend all the sessions and listen to all of you and engage in the conversations. The second one is that I always regret that there is a lack of time to really sit, meet with you and have time. I've seen many of you here in the room that I could say hello to, and I rush on to the next things that we have to do. And I guess it must be the same for you, Mark, and for many of you for that matter. So it's a regret because I'm so happy that you came here and I would love to have more time, but we will make that happen in of course, the years to come. But still, that's one of the regrets. And I always do regret at the same time that we come to beautiful places and we have too little time to stay and to actually wander off and escape the sessions and go to a museum and see the city. But that's where I would like to again thank this incredible dynamic between us, our team, and the team of UCD, which allowed to make this conference also a cultural one, where you had flavors of the country in many different forms and shape. the beautiful campus here with, as you will see, there is 1% of the budget that, if I understand correct, is dedicated to buying art. So you have art in the rooms, you have art in the gardens, you have art everywhere. So that is already a very nice way of getting into conversations with the country and the cultural heritage and beauties that they have to share. And as well, we have had music, we've had even the obligation to dance, as you could see, but it was a pleasure and it was really fantastic to get a bit of that flavor. You were welcomed by a very strong music when entering the Guinness Storehouse. Even the Guinness Storehouse in itself is kind of an experiment over time, I would say, with beautiful connection between a vision and a mission, a business with also a mission for a society to thrive, to develop, to transform. So lots that we could learn there as well. So the elections, I'm very pleased with. I know that some people are a bit disappointed because they were not elected. And Poincha, I would like to thank you again for having run, and wonderful to have worked with you in that position. We will continue to work in different positions. But I'm very pleased with the board as is today, and I really look forward to working with the new members on the board and those who continue with us in the future. And I'm very much looking forward to our very first meeting to come in not too far future. I've been delaying to thank you because simply you will continue to be working with us, and it has been extraordinary to learn a lot from you, to work with you, to also have our arguments when we didn't agree. But that was always a very frankly fantastic conversations that we that allowed us to move forward. These were never confrontations in the sense of really being against each other, but it was very nice to see that we could agree to disagree and disagree to agree again. So it was wonderful to be working together over time, and I'm really very pleased that we can continue, because immediate past presidents are ex officio officers also of the board, and that is a wonderful way to move into the future. And then Andrew, very nice to be working with you, moving into the future and to be able to translate what we've seen, these conversations. I hope you saw the red line in the program from one session plenary to the next plenary and the third one, and as well the different parallel sessions that all offered an opportunity to kind of develop a research project on the transformative power of higher education and where it can go. So thanks to all of this, we actually have a lot of food for thought where we can move into the future, and we will have to see under your leadership how we take away a lot from here translated into the future program of activities that will mark 2022 to 2026 to start. And that we will shape thanks to the strong participation of the new board. And so last but not least, obviously, without a good host, no good conference, as I said. So I would like to already thank Mark as well for your extraordinary availability, always there to exchange with us, to have new ideas. We came here with Trine Jensen to see if everything was okay, or if we could do something, or if there were things we could improve. And in the conversations we've had, we've innovated, we've invented new things, we've tried out other ways of connecting you along the way. And we will improve that even moving into the future. There will be an evaluation after the conference, so please do not hesitate to be positively critical, in the sense that if you didn't like something, maybe suggest something else. We can always improve these events a bit. And we will come back to the wonderful staff as well. But before, I would like to give Pam and Mark a little gift. I have to stand here, otherwise you can't hear me. But it is in the name of the entire staff, but also the board. And it is, you will see, the name is Le Palais du Stylo. And Le Palais du Stylo means that there must be something that is related to writing, is it not? You have many pens, I'm sure, but these ones you don't have. And these ones are the ones that you are invited to use to, with us, write the future of IAU. So before, as I said, moving to thanking everyone, I would like to give you the floor.
We're going to remove the box. So thank you very much, Shali. Thank you very much, Pam. So my warmest thanks to each and every one of our speakers and our delegates, those here in O'Reilly Hall, and also the delegates who are joining us virtually for advancing the conversations and for engaging with sometimes difficult topics over the last few days. As a sector, as well as a society, I think we continue to face significant challenges. The sector itself faces challenges in funding, in recruitment, globalization, and the digitization of learning. Globally, conflict and war, ongoing change driven by climate, economic and societal factors. These challenges will be with us for the foreseeable future. But I do think by working together, we can play our part in sowing the seeds of recovery. And I am greatly encouraged by the underlying positivity that we've heard throughout the week, with a notable slight pessimism this morning. Across the last few days, we've had a number of plenary sessions, as well as breakout sessions on a broad range of topics relating to the conference theme. And it was heartening to hear myriad global voices articulating their vision for the future of the sector and outlining practical and robust responses to the challenges that we face, with a growing sense of the possibilities that exist on the global stage. We learned also of the varying nature of the challenges facing higher education in different parts of the world, where the access to education that some of us perhaps take for granted is not automatic and available to all. And to ensure that we are truly global, I think we must listen to the new and different voices and build relationships and share knowledge as widely as possible to ensure that meaningful change can happen. Seeds have been sown, green shoots are showing, and we must now nurture these new voices alongside the more established ones. We've seen the emergence of nationalism and the growing insularity in some countries, going against the general trend towards globalism. We must challenge these perspectives. Academic global partnerships require that we no longer look inwards, but we must be global in our outlook. We've seen the benefits of globalization in the recent past. Existing international collaborations were instrumental in producing COVID-19 vaccines at pace. More and more, we see research collaborations addressing climate change, managing and understanding migration, understanding war, and ultimately peace. Higher education institutions can and should embrace uncertainty with confidence based in the academic expertise and proven research impacts. And while our collective and individual expertise is often questioned, we must expect and accept that in order to be able to provide guidance for society. We must engage dynamically and at all levels of society to ensure our continuing relevance and value, and we must demonstrate it. Over the past few days, we've repeatedly heard the discussion on the different roles leadership, educators, staff, students have to play in accelerating transformative partnerships for the SDGs. And universities are an ideal genesis for transformational change using the SDGs as a framework to drive social and economic progress. And as leaders of higher education institutions, we must continue to take our place in society, be trusted advisors and critical friends to government and its agencies, and to educate this and the next generation of students to take their place as value-driven, active citizens. Naturally, we talked at length about the impact of digital transformation on teaching and learning. The speed of the transformation was, of course, exacerbated by the global pandemic. At that time, we had to move quickly to ensure the continuation of our students' educational journeys and use all the technology at our disposal. Now that we're moving into a post-pandemic era, it is opportune to examine what has been put in place and assess its transformational impact on students, their learning, and on our teaching practices. And I believe elsewhere, students have spoken, I believe here in UCD and elsewhere, students have spoken with their feet, returning to campuses eager for peer-to-peer and lecturer-to-student interactions. Fundamentally, we need to ensure that the education we provide and the qualifications we confer produce students with the skills that society needs to operate and to flourish. We must examine the best options for that course content, for that delivery, whether it's face-to-face, hybrid, or a blend of both. We must ensure that students learn critical thinking, exercise judgment, responsibility, and value collaboration, and create change makers with the competencies that they need to face and address the global challenges. However, people learn in different ways, and the challenge is to ensure that everyone has that opportunity to learn, offering students a choice of different learning styles and teaching approaches. And this does not mean that all institutions must offer everything. The system, national and global, needs to configure so that no one misses an opportunity and that no one is left behind. While we may not have solved all the challenges facing higher education, we have certainly highlighted many areas where we as a group can collaborate to ensure our relevance and value for future societies. We must also listen to our faculty, ensure they are actively engaged with changing teaching methods, that they are the ones who bring learning to life. They must have the skills that they need, and we must protect academic freedom, ensuring that these principles are enshrined in how we operate as exemplars of higher education. We must allow faculty to continue their research and facilitate them in bringing research findings into the classroom to enrich the student experience. It's been our pleasure and indeed an honor to host you here at UCD, and I hope you've enjoyed your visit to Dublin and that you've enjoyed the social aspects of the conference as much as we have enjoyed hosting you. My thanks to UCD and the IAU teams that have worked hard for creating this wonderful event. While I am praised for my contribution, in fact, the work is not done by me, it's done by lots of other people, both in the IAU and in UCD. And I think this wonderful, for the work involved in bringing this conference here 2 years late, and as it was suggested, there was an opportunity to perhaps go further, has been really tremendous. And I particularly want to mention Trina Jensen in the IUA and Shane Lorden of UCD Global, who have really ensured the smooth running of this event. Thank you for your openness, your candor, and your often deeply personal contributions and your willingness to commit to working together into the future. I hope you'll agree that the series of plenary sessions and discussions leaves us with much to consider alongside the tangible actions for our colleagues. Finally, I just want to say that I wish those of you staying in Dublin for the past few days, for the next few days, have had an enjoyable time and that you'll continue to enjoy that over the weekend if you're staying, but that you have a safe journey home if you're leaving today or tomorrow. We do hope to welcome you back to UCD in the future and to further grow and develop our collaboration and friendship. And very finally, I do also want to acknowledge the role that Pam has played in thinking about this conference, but more generally in her time as president of IUA. And I do have some gifts as well. Have other gifts, I think? I have 2 other gifts. Andrea?
So I'm sorry, Mark. Because otherwise you don't see me. And yes. I know you want to have nice lunch. How can we thank those who have been so incredibly busy organizing this? So we have a few gifts for UCD, but we would like to name everyone. It's just impossible, but you've been absolutely amazing. And Shane, I think you have steered that team and you have been the orchestra, the chef d'orchestre behind all of this. And thank you so very much for having made that happen. So please stand up because I think you need a special applause. I can do the same for the IAU. I would like to name again all my colleagues. You've seen them, they are around there. Of course, like you, I didn't do it, they did. So it's together that we make it happen. But there has been one chef d'orchestre, and that is Trine Jensen. Please stand up. So that's nice, I'm sure, and I already suggested, but I will now say we would love to see some of you in Paris, because you invited us back here, but we would also like to see your team, to see some of you. The door is always open at the IAU, so we hope you will come. But we would like also these teams to come so that we have an opportunity to have a dinner outside of this huge endeavor that we have here. There will be a little gift as well for some of your team, Mark, and we've created something that is absolutely essential, an IAU water bottle, because you need to have some idea of where we will continue to be with you over time. So it's reusable, it's sustainable, it is beautiful, it's every all. So thank you so very much to all, and we really hope that in the future these connections, networks, and very dynamic friendships will continue into the future. So I don't know how we want to proceed, because I know we each want to thank each one and we want to continue, but the lunch will have that opportunity as well. But a warm thank you to everyone, and absolutely delightful to have been able to organize this conference here and to actually see this only as a step moving into the future to make this happen, this university that we need for today and for tomorrow. Thank you.